And today I went to DW's in Wichita Falls that actually sells Pleaser shoes. Big surprise to me, they sell a lot of things at DW's adult video store, but they in fact have a large shoe section and a whole shoe try-on room. And if you go during the day, I recommend going during the day for the best service and the least intimidatingness. And you can buy shoes there for cheaper than they are on the Pleaser website. And you get to support local. So, before I show you my new shoes that I bought today, I am going to do a little discussion of Pleaser shoes and how they work. So the standard Pleaser that most people wear is called a flamingo, and that is their standard. This is the most basic flamingo. The flamingo is an 8-inch heel, and a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do an 8-inch heel. 8 inch is too scary, and that's not necessarily wrong. Like, you can start off with a shorter one. So these are one of my favorite go-to. These, I think, are an adore. They call them adores, and they are a much shorter heel, like that, very short. And these are some of my favorite beginner heels because they strap tightly onto your foot and they're comfortable. So, especially if you have narrow feet, these are great. Now, the reason why do we get these big ones besides just looks? There's a couple reasons. One, if you look at the tip, do you see how this has a very rocky tip on it? So for a lot of moves you see people do, you need that rocky tip to do the move. And the shorter the platform, it does not have that rocky tip. It has a different sort of angle. So these can be more challenging to do stuff in. When I first got started, I was like, okay, I want something bigger than this, but I'm scared of the flamingos. So I thought I would get a compromise, so I bought these. These are extremes. You notice they do have that little rocky tip on them, even though they're not quite as tall. And they have a much bigger heel back. This is the other thing you need to look for when you're comparing. See, the flamingos have this little tiny round stiletto, and these guys have a big chunky stiletto. So on the one hand, I thought these would be a good idea just by looking online, but when I got them, there's two problems with these. For whatever reason, the extremes are significantly heavier than the flamingos. And so these are like a 2-pound weight or 3-pound weight on your foot, and these are very light. Don't ask me why. I think something about them, maybe that all the weight's here in the heel, I don't know. So that actually makes them a lot harder. It's a little more of a workout. Also, this heel sometimes gets in your way. The smaller heel, believe it or not, because you're supposed to be mostly in your toe, and this heel will sometimes drag on the ground and bug you. So even though this seemed like a really good idea at the time, I am no longer a fan of the thick, chunky extremes. They are, if you're actually walking around in them, these are more stable. And you do get the little tippy platform. The other thing that I did not realize, and I don't have all my shoes here, when I first bought Pleasers, is one of the main reasons people buy Pleasers is because if you're new to pole dancing and you're struggling with grip, the vinyl grips. It's like putting a really sticky grip aid on your leg. So especially these ones that have the vinyl in the front, you can really stick to the pole and it helps you climb. So these ones are also a really good beginner shoe. This, let me see, this is the 7-inch. I believe these are 7 inches, not 6 inches. So it's an intermediate height, and they still have a decent little, I can put these maybe in a link in the bio. They have a decent little wedge on the front of them. It's actually not bad. This one has a better wedge. These ones don't have a bad wedge. So this style, especially if you're using them on the pole and plan to climb, these are great. They lace in the back so the laces don't inhibit. Some of the larger boots have metal grommets on them, and they will scratch, they'll prevent you from sticking on the pole as well as you might like. These I do not feel look as sexy. That's the downside. They look cute like this. When you put them on, they're a little floppy. I just don't love the look of them as much. Which brings us to also, if you research online, brings us to today's new shoes. I bought these ones to replace my very first Pleasers I ever bought, which were 6 inches and rainbow, but they had a certain type of top. and I wore them out. I totally wore them out. And then I replaced them with these, with the clear plastic, because everyone's like, oh, the clear plastic's great. The clear plastic also stretches if you have a big foot. But I don't have a big foot, I have a narrow foot. So, and this has sort of a sharp edge, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't love it. So even though these come highly recommended, I wanted to go back to my very first pair of Pleasers, which were this style, which is the fake leather. It's soft, and it does not hurt the foot. So, but I got them in the full flamingo size. Bam, super happy. So, you may see me wearing these. My unboxing. These are very nice and basic. The plastic, this is also smooth plastic, so it won't scuff quite as much. We will have to slice the tip off on these. I use a razor blade, and that would be, there's other people online. See how the one side has, the plastic is up? You take a razor blade and you slice that smoother. That way you can really slide around on that tip. Now, for my other pair of shoes, I've been wanting these for a while. I have a whole burlesque costume in bright red. These are the classic boots that everyone wears. And they were significantly less at DW's than online, which made me very happy. They haven't been laced. Ooh, they have a smooth, soft lining so that you don't have to worry about that vinyl. Very excited about these. And these ones do not have the grommets. These are full lace, regular lace. I may have to pause the video and lace them. And here are the boots. The advantage with the boots is they give you a lot of ankle support, and if they're vinyl, they stick. Disadvantages to vinyl is they may stick to the floor more than you wish. However, you can put slipper protectors, toe protectors on them, or just socks on your toe, and that solves that problem. These are actually my first Pleaser boots, flamingo boots. I've had some other ones that were the extreme style that I decided I don't like.